Hello, everyone, and welcome to this bonus training. I am super honored to be guiding you through a process that I've created myself and also just decided to do things a little differently as I normally do. And this training is all about how to seamlessly integrate oils, essential oils, into your wellness biz without any sort of ick or yuck or have to or could or should, and we're leaving all that language out and instead allowing this to be something that is, yes, you have to put in work, you have to do something, but it gets to be more effortless and more seamless than you may think. So let's go through what we're going to cover in this probably about 45-minute to hour long training. So the first thing we're covering is who you actually serve. Also, what to avoid, because this is where we really get caught up in, I think, trying to imitate or copy the cookie cutter ways of running any MLM. By the way, today is going to be applicable to many other types of companies, whether that's juice or workouts or other oil companies than the one that I use, or what are some like beauty counter. So for beauty products, you can apply these tools to any of those as well. But I found that if you follow these cookie cutter kind of recipes for quote success, oftentimes they do not feel authentic to you and you don't get the result that you feel like you've been promised. And so then you get frustrated or you want to give up and you've been doing it for years and you're like, I'm just spending money and I'm not making any money doing this. And that's not the trap that I want you to fall into. I want you to easily have either your oils or whatever, again, product you might be sharing and selling with your community paid for, plus additional revenue coming in. So we'll talk about what to avoid, as well as some social media examples, general guidance that I have found really helpful in my own essential oils business. We're going to talk about some of the beliefs and weird things that we think about MLMs, as well as how to sustainably integrate this into your business. And so it's not going to feel like this completely separate thing that it's like, oh, I sell essential oils. Oh, and I'm also a coach. It's like, no, I'm a coach who uses oils in my business, and these things get to be intertwined and connected. And again, that's the seamless part of the training today. We'll talk about how to set goals and get a clear and empowered mindset around what it is that you crave, desire, and want to bring in financially and otherwise. And then my favorite part, we're going to go over some creative ideas that I use in my personal oils business to help you see how this can actually be done. At the end, if you do have any questions, we will have time for Q&A. So my first question for you, and I want you to write this down on a piece of paper as you go through. If you don't already, grab a notebook and a pen. It'll be really helpful today. I want you to answer the question, who do you serve in your business, in your wellness business? Some of you here in this course, for example, serve women with thyroid disease. Some of you, I spelled thyroid wrong, so sorry about that. Some of you serve women with chronic illness in general. Some of you serve the busy type A perfectionists. Others of you serve the people who are searching for more in their life and the career that is in alignment with their soul. They're looking for their soul's purpose, trying to discover their soul's purpose. Others of you might help moms who want to support their families and create healthy lifestyles for their families, holistic remedies for their families. So the answer is specific to you, but I'm using this example of women with thyroid disease. So if I were somebody who was already a coach or building a business for women to support women with thyroid disease, then I could easily integrate, this is a very simple example that I'm like, done, easy peasy, absolutely, use the oils in your business, where they could use the oils in that current business. So the next question to ask yourself to see this more easily is, how will the people that you're already serving benefit from this product? So I'm not saying, okay, my business and coaching in the courses I create, for example, are for women with thyroid disease. Now I'm going to go sell essential oils to men in corporate America who needs to release stress. That to me feels like extra work. That does not seamlessly integrate this into my current business. You guys see that? That's like a drastic example. But even like some of those more finer examples or less of a polarity between the people you serve, you're allowed to sell oils to anybody who is interested, but if you focus on the people that you're already serving in your niche, which we talk about again in this course, then it's going to become much more easy for you. So how will these people that you're already serving benefit from this product? Using the example of women with thyroid disease, they can use thyroid balancing oils, meaning oils that have research conducted on them and published in journal articles that indicate, for example, thyroid balancing benefits or any part of the HPA axis and communication highway in the body. So that would be the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal glands, all related, and they're all part of the major communicators of the body. So if you look at this of like, okay, this is who I'm already serving, there are oils that help benefit the thyroid. Why wouldn't I incorporate this as an additional tool? You could also use this for the woman with thyroid disease who just needs that emotional support. She needs something to lean on when she's like waking up and she has no motivation that day, or she's feeling a little lost and hopeless, or she is having trouble calming her thoughts. So you can use it for emotional support or just overall wellness, because we know that a lot of these chronic illnesses that we discuss, and many of you also have struggled with that are in this community, are not just a result of one day my thyroid just like broke. No, one day your thyroid didn't just break, right? It might have hit a breaking point, absolutely, where all of a sudden your symptoms were no longer bearable. But it was a compilation and an accumulation of many different things over time. And that's that word chronic in itself. It's like, okay, over time, so many things have happened that have added and built on top of each other, that then it's like, okay, now my thyroid's very imbalanced, or I have thyroid disease. So overall wellness is going to be helpful for that person, whether that's removing toxins from their life and getting doTERRA hand soap instead of their toxic perfume, fragrance, synthetic fragrance, fragranted or smelling hand soap. So it's going to be an overall kind of like upheaval and makeover of all these products that are toxic to their body and their health that support, and then changing them out with products that support overall wellness. And then stress relief. So having a chronic illness can be freaking stressful, right? So this person could easily benefit from some stress reducing oils, which again, there's a lot of research on oils that help reduce stress, and also research on oils that reduce stress in specific situations. So that would be a beautiful thing for you to research or to enroll in one of my courses to be able to learn how these oils, what research supports these oils for what different benefits. So again, this is going to look different for all of you, but the first part of your task here is defining who you serve in your business and how that person can benefit from this product. This product in this case is essential oils, but it might be, let's say, Beautycounter, right? And makeup. Well, I think that the woman with thyroid disease could also benefit from Beautycounter, right? Because she's probably putting makeup on her face that has endocrine disruptors, and endocrine disruptors are hormone imbalancing, and part of healing thyroid disease is balancing your hormones, not just your reproductive sex hormones, your entire hormone or endocrine system. Any questions so far? Does that all make sense? Let's move on. So I have another action step for you. This action step is to write out a list of all the ways the person you work with can benefit from the product that you sell, and the ways that you have benefited from this product. So if I were doing this in my business, I would write, let's say I was actually marketing to the empathic entrepreneur, and how that type of person could benefit from essential oils. I would take a piece of paper out and I would start writing, okay, well, the empath entrepreneur potentially has stress. Here is an amazing blend that you can make in a roller ball to help release stress. Here's my favorite oil that I apply before every single one of my client calls. Here is the oil that I diffuse at my desk on days when I'm feeling like the one oil that I diffuse when I'm feeling in a slump, the oil that I use when I need to get creative ideas, the oil I use again before client calls, or the oil I use when I need to clear energy after working with people, because that can sometimes be intense or heavy energy that just needs to be cleared out of my system. So I would write out all those different ways that the empath entrepreneur can benefit from essential oils. And along those lines as well, it's like also to be an entrepreneur requires energy. So I would probably do like a whole list on ways that oils can help support and maintain a balanced and high energy level, again, by things like supporting the HPA axis. And then how have I benefited from oils? And in this case, I'd probably write out an extensive list, but I'd really go back and star or circle the ones that are also applicable to my ideal client. So for example, I have used essential oils for panic attacks. I have used essential oils to help clear and cleanse my own energy. I've used oils to help remove limiting beliefs. I have used oils to integrate my higher self into my physical being and to receive creative ideas. I have used, for example, cinnamon bark essential oil on the roof of my mouth to inspire creativity and activate my sacral chakra. I've used oils to balance my chakra system. So all these different ways that I have used the oils and that my client can use these oils and benefit them. Try to write out as long of a list as you can think of. All right? Next, that long list is going to be very helpful to you, and that's why I want you to actually do this. If you already have a business, if you don't have one, come back to this and listen to it again. And I want you to do all of these things. So pick one. So let's say I use the example of myself using oils for to help reduce the severity of panic attacks or anxious feelings. I would go, okay, I'm going to talk about that one today. And I would just tell a story. I'd say I was in the mall and I was shopping and I really needed to get a present for my dad for Father's Day. But you guys, I walked into the mall and within 3 seconds, I already was having a panic attack. There was just too much energy. Crowded spaces give me so much anxiety. And so instead of running out and giving up right away, I went to my car and I pulled out my little stash of oils in my car and I did this protocol. I put a wild orange on my forearms and I put serenity on my heart, and then I inhaled some peppermint into my nose and I just recited some mantras to myself. And after about 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm going to go try this again. And I walked into that freaking mall and I got my dad a present and it was a success. Okay. That's a made up story, but you would want to use a story like that where it's like you are talking about that. It doesn't always have to be a story though. So you could also have, let's see, one of the ways that that would benefit the woman with thyroid disease. So the oils could benefit her by using a thyroid blend in a roller ball. So I would talk about that. I would share the recipe. I would probably, like in that case, rather than just posting a picture of the oils in the recipe, I would take record a live video of myself like making the actual blend and showing her how to do it. So you just pick one topic and talk about it each day. So you have this whole library of things to discuss in relation to how your ideal client can use this product. Okay, any questions now? Not so far. Okay. Here are a few things to avoid based on my own experience of what works and what doesn't when you are marketing a product that is network marketing. First is there is such thing as MLM jargon. By the way, if you guys don't know what MLM stands for, it's multi-level marketing or network marketing, okay? So basically it means you enroll underneath somebody and that person is going to earn a commission on the purchases that you make, and the person that enrolled them makes a commission on the purchases that you make, and so on and so forth, okay? All of them work differently. They all have different types of compensation plans. I do highly recommend that you do research into the compensation plan and make sure there's transparency in the company before you even start. But if you've already started, here are some things to avoid. So first, using the jargon. So I'm using some of the doTERRA jargon right now. My potential customer, or builder as we call them in doTERRA, Because even the word builder, like, do you know what that means? Probably not. So if I was telling you about the business opportunity, I probably wouldn't even use the word builder. I certainly wouldn't use the acronyms LRP, which stand for Loyalty or Reward Program. But you know what people can make a lot more sense of than LRP is a wellness box or a wellness subscription. Use words that make freaking sense, or PV. In doTERRA, we use PV, it stands for product value. Does my ideal potential customer know what PV stands for? No. So PV is typically equivalent to dollars. So if I was going to say 100 PV, I'd probably just say $100 because that makes way more sense. And again, we have a thing called power of 3. They don't know what that means, and they don't need to know what that means, at least not right away, if they're especially just interested in becoming a customer. So leave all that jargon out so you're not confusing the hell out of them. Next, just posting the product. You guys know, and I'm going to show you an example in a second here, of those Instagram feeds where it's just oil, 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 cloudy oil picture, dark oil picture, oils, 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 or shake, 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 purple shake, green shake, yellow shake, blue shake. And you're like, well, who is the person behind this? And I certainly don't trust a bunch of pictures of shakes. I want to know who has been selling me this shake, right? We're emotional buyers, and we want to connect emotionally to the person that we are purchasing from. So when you post just the product, it comes off as distant because they cannot connect to you as a human being, and it comes off as salesy. And that's one of the fears I hear most of people. They're like, I don't want to be salesy. Well, if you don't want to be salesy, don't just post a product with a price tag attached to it. That's what people go to the store for, right? And network marketing is the opposite of buying something off of a shelf. When you buy something from somebody in network marketing, it comes with support. There's a connection to you. You are their upline, meaning you are their mentor. You are the person that is providing education to them on a continuing basis. So they're not just buying that oil or buying that shake. They're also investing in you as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, and as somebody who is going to continue to educate them and support them when they're using this product. So instead, share a story, share the value, share the benefit, not just the product. I would not post on, and it's okay if you've done this, it's okay. We can always go back and we can change, we can delete posts, and we can just change moving forward. But something I would not do is say, hey, here's this elevation blend. It is, I can't remember how much it is, $25. And it's like, this oil is my favorite, buy it. And it's like, no one's gonna buy that if you just say, here's the picture of the product, here's why I like it in like one sentence, here's how much it costs. Tell me why Elevation has changed your life. Tell me how you use it. Post a picture of you using it. Share the value of this oil and the impact it has had on you. For example, Elevation is a blend that I use specifically before client calls. And I would tell the story of going right before a client call, sitting at my desk and applying this essential oil and the feeling that it evokes within me. And I'd probably take a picture of myself applying it with my computer or something, like dropping a drop on my wrist versus Elevation oil, $25, here it is, one chance only. That is salesy. You don't have to be salesy. Salesy is a choice, and it is a feeling that you choose to have or a feeling that you choose to not have. So again, avoid just posting the product. Can you guys tell I'm really fired up about this stuff? I think there is a good and a bad way to do network marketing. Next, what do you avoid? Assumptions. Assumptions, my friends. You do not know people's financial health. You do not know how much is in their bank account. And so you cannot assume that they can't afford this. Let's just own up to it for a second. Put in the comments if you, especially if you're already in a network marketing company, if you have ever thought, oh, well, I don't even want to promote this because I don't think anyone can afford it. Susie, she probably doesn't want the $500 kit. She probably wants the $100 kit. I'm only going to tell her about the $100 kit. When in fact, Susie is looking for solutions to completely replace her medicine cabinet, and she would be thrilled if someone told her, for $500, you can throw out all that nasty stuff with all those chemicals and replace it with this group of products. And she's like, thank you for making my life so much easier. I am happy to pay you $500 for these products. Thank you so much. Which one do you assume? Do you assume that she only can spend $100, or do you assume that there's space for her to invest $500 in herself? And also, just because your client, because typically your client, again, this is talking about how to incorporate this into your wellness business. And inherently in wellness businesses, someone is coming to you with some sort of struggle, some sort of pain point, some sort of challenge. And if they're coming to you with a struggle in one area of their life, like the woman with thyroid disease, or like the woman who's feeling lost in her career, just because she's struggling or having a challenge in one area of her life does not mean that she's struggling in all areas of her life, or does not mean that she's struggling financially. Because you have a chronic illness does not mean that you're broke, in debt, or poor. Because you have a chronic illness, that does not mean anything else about any other area of your life. Someone could be a billionaire and have chronic illness. So we have to be very careful about what assumptions we make around people and drop those assumptions. And you guys, this applies to your entire wellness business, but especially when you are selling something with a price tag on it that is like set, you know, like you're not putting the price tag on this, the company puts the price tag on it, and then they say, okay, if you go out and share our product, we'll pay you, we will compensate you for sharing our product and for marketing it. So there's a price tag attached, yes, that you cannot necessarily change, no, but that does not mean that you have to assume things about people's financial situation, okay? Let's go into some social media examples. How are you guys feeling so far? Please let me know in the comments, is this resonating with you? How are you feeling about this? So here's an example on social media of my personal opinion. There's no like real rating system here, of like poor, average, and good, okay? That's what we'll do. Or like on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1, 5, and 10 as far as like success. So the first example is exactly what I was talking about a moment ago, which is is a person who's just literally, like clearly these are not their photos. Clearly these are stock images that they are just taking from doTERRA, which it's great that a company supports you and gives you free images to use, but it's not to say that you should be using them on social media. So here are, you know, BOGO, buy a Hawaiian sandalwood, get lavender for free. That is a pure sales post, right? And there's a time and a place for like a pure call to action or a pure invitation to join the company or take advantage of a business opportunity, sure. But you can see here, this is constant for this person. Here is lavender, stock image with the branding of the company. So this, for all I know, this could be the actual company's Instagram. It's not, but it could be the company's Instagram. And I have no idea who the person is behind this product. I'm not seeing them anywhere. Where are you? Where's your face? And I want to get to know you before I just buy your myrrh oil. Does that make sense? So this is, in my opinion, not going to be an effective conversion to sales. Now let's take this more average one. And this person honestly has a lot of followers. And part of the reason is because they give lots of value in their posts. So their posts are not stock images. These are images that they have created on their own, and you can tell they have like their own font, their own branding infused into the images. Each of the images in the comments as well, description of the post, has value. So let's see, this is like, for example, hair care with essential oils. Well, if I'm looking for support with my hair and I am curious how oils can help me with maybe hair growth or hair fullness or shininess, then I would certainly be interested in this post and I would click on it to learn more. Now the thing that's missing and why this to me is like a 5, maybe a 6 or a 7, because they do a pretty good job, but what it's not showing me is who am I actually buying this from? Who are you? Are you just like a robot who is telling me all the ways I can use oils, and I love the way that you're telling me how to use oils, but who are you? I want to know that. And part of that can be done in an Instagram story now that Instagram story exists, but I'd love to see it more in this person's feed versus just these graphics of oils. It's also very clear that this person sells oils by their post. Whereas, and I kept the name of this person because again, this is like the 10. Also, huge following, very successful in doTERRA, one of the top leaders in Canada and in the world. Her name's Anne Peters, and her handle is Whole Fit. So here she is. Here's her family. Here's her with oils. I think this is there's a video, right? Her actually talking. There is branded images. The product shows up discreetly. There it is, 1 bottle, 2 bottles, and then here's branding on the box that she received in the mail. But she's not just posting the box. It's her with the box. She's got her own fonts and her own flair. So I'm seeing who is the person behind this. She's not just a person who sells essential oils. She's also a woman with a family. She's also a woman with a passion for whatever this post is about. She's telling me more about her. I'm getting to know her and to understand her and to trust her. And she's also educating me on essential oils. So there's a full brand here around a person and an emotional connection to her versus just an emotional connection to the product. Does that make sense? In London right now. Oh, yay! Welcome from London. Okay, moving on. Some general guidance. General guidance. With any network marketing, especially essential oils, because that's my passion, treat this like a job. I've had people who have reached out to me, and this just happened this week, and she's like, hey, I think I want to buy essential oil starter kit. And I'm like, all right, awesome. We're on a good, this is good so far. And then she's like, and how can I just like make some passive income without having to like really do anything? Well, sister friend, that's not how this freaking works. You don't just get to say, oh, I'll buy the oils once and now I expect this to just make me money on the side passively. Sorry, no. You have to treat this like a job. It is a job. It's a job. You have to show up for it. How do you or how would you show up to your job, to your work every single day? Think about this like college too, okay? So you go to college and hopefully you took that seriously, right? Because at the end of that is a job with an income or a salary that supports you. When you invest in this business and you say, hey, I'm going to start with, which the investment's much smaller, but you start and you buy a starter kit, you start to learn, you start to educate yourself on the essential oils, and then you start to promote them and share them, and you show up and you take this seriously. You're not just like, oh, well, I guess, doesn't this mean that I just like get a paycheck because I signed up? No, sister friend, it does not. It means you have to show up, and it has to be a responsibility that you take seriously. That does not mean that you have to make it a full-time job or work 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week, but it does mean that you have to treat it like a job and set some time aside for it. That can be 2 hours a week. It could be 1 hour a week. It could be 10 hours a week that you focus on this part of your business that is integrated into your business as a whole. But unless you're setting some time aside and you're putting energy into it, there is not going to be energy that comes out of it back to you. So treat this like a job. It's really not that hard. Next, general guidance is to evoke curiosity. So can you leave people wanting more? Can you inspire them to ask you a question? One way to do this is by actually leaving out labels. So you might hold up one of our little amber bottles and actually not show the name of it so that it inspires people to ask, oh my God, what was that oil that you were putting into your guacamole? Oh my gosh, what was that oil that I saw you putting into your salt bath that you said was really good for clearing your energy? So it invites them to ask you for more information versus giving them all the information like out on the table right away. Does that make sense? So you could do that through labels. You can also do that by saying, oh my God, I made this essential oil blend the other day, and this is my story around it, and this is how easy it was to make, and this is the things that it helped me with. And then people are gonna be like, well, give us the blend, right? Give me the blend. I wanna know what's inside of it. And you're still gonna give that away for free, but it's going to show you who's interested and who wants to know more. So it's okay to like leave a little bit unknown. It's like when you're getting dressed up to go out to the bar or the club or something, which I don't do anymore. But it's like, all right, leave a little to the imagination, right? Like don't throw it all out on the table. Leave a little to the imagination. Make, you know, what am I trying to say? Hold space for a conversation. Hold space for a conversation. Next, be authentic, friend. So how do you normally talk? This is how I normally talk. When I'm talking to you guys right now, maybe I'm a little bit extra because I'm a little bit extra passionate right now. But this is generally how I talk in everyday life to my friends, to my fiance, to my family. I'm not using like big words that I don't normally use. If you use big words normally, go for it. But I'm not overcomplicating this. I'm not reading from a book. I don't have notes in front of me. I just have slides to help keep me on track. I'm just speaking from my heart. And so I want you to be authentic. Don't change when all of a sudden you're selling something. Sell something the same way you would just talk to your friend. Be natural, be you. Let that natural voice come out when you are sharing the product. Lastly, is very helpful, if you have it, to give social proof. And an example of doing this would be, say I just had a woman sign up today, actually. So this would be a good thing for me to do this afternoon. And I could screenshot the little like notification that I get that says like so-and-so enrolled, and I could tag her, and I'm not going to give like her email or her shipping address or her email, anything else, to her phone number out to anybody. I'm going to totally like make all of that private because I respect her privacy. I would never do that. But I might tag her and say like, welcome to the team, Alexandra. I'm so excited that you are here. I cannot wait for you to get these oils at your doorstep. So you can celebrate your new customers. You can also say you have a customer. I had a customer yesterday text me and be like, oh my God, I have 3, again, I'm gonna use the word builders, but I normally wouldn't necessarily use the jargon. She's like, I have 3 builders, which in doTERRA means that you qualify for a $50 bonus every month. And I celebrated her. I was like, hell yeah, you do. Of course you do. Like, of course this is going to continue to grow and it's going to be easy, and already your oils are being paid for. And I would screenshot that, and then again, I might give her privacy and like block out her name, or I might say, hey, Sally, is it okay if I share this on social media? And she might be like, yeah, of course, no problem. And then I might keep her name in there because I asked permission. And I'm going to show that on social media that like people are having success on my team, that this is changing lives. A customer might be like, oh my gosh, that blend that you told me to put on my son's feet before bed last night, I shit you not, Sarah. It was the first night that he slept through the night in a month. Thank you so much. Bam, screenshot, share it. Show your people social proof and evidence that this is a place that they want to be, and that these oils work, and that people are excited, and that people are signing up, so they feel like, oh my God, I think I want to hang out in that little community as well. Okay. Next, do you have any weird feelings about this? Do you have any weird feelings? If you do, maybe you aren't even listening and you didn't even take the time to listen to this presentation, and that's totally fine. Maybe you're here because you're like, I want to learn more and I don't want to feel this way. Maybe you're already in, like, knee deep in network marketing and you still have weird feelings. You could be at any stage of that spectrum and they might be there. That's okay. It's natural to have limiting beliefs or weird feelings around sales, because that's a lot of what we've been taught and programmed for. But what I want to tell you today is that it's time to let the ick go. How are you expected to sell something if you only have like 1 foot in and you're not all in about the product? It's like me saying, selling a shampoo, and I've been using this shampoo for a month, and I use it like every other day when I wash my hair. And so I've like used it a lot, but my general opinion is like, meh, it's fine. And so then my friend asked me for recommendations for shampoo, and I'm like, well, I use this one shampoo every other day, and like, meh, it's fine. Do you think she's gonna be like, oh my God, tell me more. What's the name of the shampoo? Do you have a link? Can I buy it? Probably not. But if you're like, oh my gosh, my favorite oil is basil. I rub it on the back of my neck to support my adrenal glands and my adrenal health in general. It makes me feel XYZ. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for something to help with my adrenal health as well. Where do I buy that? because you're passionate about it, she's going to be more interested in it. So my point here is, if you feel like you have like a toe in or a foot in or a knee in or like half your body in, but not the whole body, it's going to be difficult for you to be all in when you sell the products as well. So let me give you some examples of some things that I commonly hear around MLMs. And I want you to write out any icky feelings that you have about this at all. Yes, 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 all of them. All of them, please write them out. And truth bomb, you can be in one and you can still have them. So again, there was an example I just shared, but also you might love the product and you're like, this shampoo is freaking awesome. But on the other hand, you're super freaked out to sell it because of preconceived ideas of how people will react and respond and what they will think about you. So I want you again to write out any of those weird things that are coming up for you. I want to give you a couple examples also of facts that have helped me see network marketing as an amazing opportunity versus like a scam, okay? Because it's not. And I'll go into this in a second. But before we move on, I do want you also, after you write down that list of examples of the ways or the reasons that you have weird feelings around this, to try and disprove all of them, okay? So if you had the belief that people will judge you for selling oils, how can you disprove that? Disprove it. I want you to write out what's more true. What's more true than people will judge you? What's more true is that somebody has been waiting for the solution that you have to their problem, and that you could change one life, 10 lives, 100 lives, 1,000 lives by sharing this. So what outweighs what? Does changing all those lives and giving people solutions to their problems outweigh the two people who are going to think you're kind of weird? I think so. That's my personal opinion, but you have to decide for yourself. So again, what are all the things, the feelings you have, and then disprove them as well as you can. So here are the things that I wanted to share with you that I was starting to get into before I got there, before it was time, which are some truth bombs that really helped me get really clear on and like grounded and confident behind this business, okay? So the first is that companies have a choice. Companies can take their marketing dollars, whatever their marketing budget is. Some companies have millions of dollars for marketing. Other companies have maybe thousands of dollars for marketing. But either way, they can spend that on ads on Facebook. A lot of companies on Instagram and Facebook have ads, right? You see them, all those sponsored posts. And a lot of money goes into those. They can spend their marketing dollars on magazine ads for like a full page layout, or on TV commercials, or companies can spend those marketing dollars on you as the educator of their product, as the advocate and the champion of their product. That's a choice. I don't think one is better or right versus the other being wrong or less than. It's just a choice. Some companies pay the big TV stations and magazine editors. Some people pay the foot soldiers on the ground educating on their product. Both work. It's a choice, okay? When you realize that, you realize that there's not as much ick as you originally assumed or preconceived. Another thing that helped me get really grounded behind this is the cost. Who else has heard this? Oh my God, it's so expensive. It's too much. They're overpriced. And it's like, okay, I think you're just repeating something you heard versus being your own citizen, advocate, scientist, researcher, and figuring this out for yourself. And I'm laying down some really hard truths in like really blunt language with you guys. I don't always talk to my customers this way, but this is important for you to know as a business owner. That's why I'm being so blunt. The actual cost is pennies, sometimes 1 penny per drop. Pennies per drop when you actually do the math. And so when people just assume, oh my God, it's so much, you can educate them. Now this is for oils, but what product do you sell? And do the math. What is the price difference? Or what is it per ounce or per, what, length of time that mascara is going to last? And what I also remind myself of and my clients of who are customers of, who are kind of like on the edge and like, should I or shouldn't I? When you invest in the oils, you can save a ton of money elsewhere because you'll replace your products, right? So you can make your own cleaning products for like $1 worth of materials versus that $6 bottle of organic whatever spray. And you can replace all that over-the-counter like medication, drugs. I can't like claim that technically, but for me, for example, like I don't use ibuprofen anymore. I just use my oils and their anti-inflammatory properties that don't have side effects the way that other ones do. So you can save money in other places, which makes it even more of like a, okay, well, no-brainer. And they're going to get the wholesale price. They're going to get additionally one-on-one support, which is just a bonus. They're not, that's not on the price tag per se, but as long as you enroll with somebody who is willing to invest in you and educate you, which I hope you are if you are considering doing this or you have your own oils and network marketing business, is they're going to get support. I use this example a lot. When you go to Whole Foods and you buy that Oracacia organic essential oil, does anyone tell you how to use it? Does anyone check in with you and see if it's working? Probably not. I've never had anyone from Whole Foods call me. So you get the additional support. And in this case, again, for this company specifically, you get reward perks and continuing education. So that is all in that price that you pay versus going and buying the $5 oil from TJ Maxx as well. And quality. Quality, I didn't even touch on that, but quality is a huge piece as well. Okay. Lastly, truth bomb. People are like, is this a pyramid scheme? And it's like, F no, sister friend. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and they're illegal for a reason. So this is obviously not one of them. Yes, my friend, I do get paid for the product that you purchase, but why wouldn't you want me to get paid for the product that you purchased that I told you about, that I'm going to educate you about, and I'm going to give you wholesale prices on, and I'm going to give you continuing education on? Why would you not want me to receive compensation for all of that? And to support me as a small business owner, a female entrepreneur. So yes, I do get paid. I'm a small business owner, but that does not mean that it is icky. It does not mean that it's overpriced. It's simply built into the model, whereas other companies operate in a different way. So again, like, why wouldn't you want to support me? Would you rather spend your money on a product that's $5 at TJ Maxx and support a company that you have no connection to a person you have no connection to a huge corporation? That's your choice. But as somebody who considers themselves a conscious consumer, I'd rather support women in my community, in my town, in my state, in my country. And then I just put a PS there, which is also research the compensation plan. So if you are considering this in any way, first of all, pyramid schemes are illegal. They're probably being shut down. If there's like a ton of lawsuits against any company that you are considering, maybe question it, okay? And research the compensation plan. All right, any questions so far? All right, let's keep rolling. So I want this to be sustainable for you. And I want you to be able to do this in an easier, more effortless way than maybe you thought, okay? So the first point I want to make around sustainability is that network marketing, that word network, okay? What do you think of when you think of network? It's like more than one, right? It's not singular marketing. It's network marketing, which means you're doing this as a team. as a tribe, as a sisterhood, as a community. And you were never meant to, in this type of business model, to do this alone. So in order to make this sustainable, it's important for you to have and recruit amazing team members, amazing builders, business partners on your team to create that sense of sisterhood of like, we have each other's back. There is no competition, and that's a beautiful thing amongst women, you guys. There's so much competition that I think we get kind of pushed into as young girls, that when you are all aiming and starting to achieve or work towards the same goal, that competition disappears and you're just sisters and you're just helping each other, working for the same goal. So part of what makes this sustainable is that you're not in this alone, and you are automatically part of a team as you join, and then you get to pick and handpick your team as you continue to grow your business. And that is a really good thing too for people who feel isolated as online entrepreneurs, to be able to have a community that you're working together. Another part that makes this sustainable is to recruit, so I mentioned this in the first one, amazing builders, high quality people. And in order to recruit high quality people, you have to have the belief that that's possible and start to attract those people into your energetic bubble. So if you think, oh, I'm just gonna have to do this alone forever, I'm not getting the support I need, there's probably not anybody out there that wants to work with me, no one wants to buy this, no one wants to be mentored by me, no one's gonna wanna work with me on this, they can't afford to do this with me. If you have all those thoughts going through your mind, then do you expect high quality business partners to enter into your life? Probably not. Versus if you have this mantra, which is, I can bring in people who get this and get behind this. And you could create many mantras around this. I attract women who are my best friends and also get to be my business partners. I attract in women who are driven, ambitious, and crave more in their life. They will do anything to get it. They are dedicated to building this business with me. We are in this together. So if you shift your belief, your vibration as a human being towards attracting the people who are going to be fun to work with, that's also going to aid in the sustainability. If you're working with people who suck your energy and are not fun for you to hang out with and mentor or work with, then that's not going to make you want to continue either. Make sense? And then lastly, as far as sustainability goes, is to detach. And this was one of the best pieces of advice I received in building this business. Not even from somebody on my team, but is to detach. So if you go into any conversation with somebody who maybe just showed a little bit of interest in this, and you go in with this like, oh my God, I'm so desperate to enroll someone this month. Oh my gosh, I have to enroll her. It has to happen. If she doesn't enroll, then I'm a failure. Or, oh my gosh, I need this so badly. What does it mean about me if she doesn't enroll? Those thoughts are limiting. They are desperate. You do not need to enter this conversation in a place of desperation. And instead, I love this little mantra, awesome if they do, awesome if they don't. I honestly, and this is how I feel about this training as well, I just want all of you to get what you need out of this training. It might be one word or one sentence I said in this hour-long training. Might have been on the first slide. You're like, that's what I needed to hear. Perfect. It might be the last slide and we haven't gotten there yet. You might feel inspired to join my oils business and you're like, sign me up, Sarah. Others of you will be like, this just really educated me and allowed me to see my choices and my options. Whatever you needed to get out of this training, or in the case of trying to share the power of oils with somebody, whatever they needed to get out of it, I just hope they get that out of it. So it's like awesome if they sign up and awesome if they don't. I trust that they're going to do the thing that's best for them and they're going to get out of this interaction or whatever it is, what they need. And that's what's most important to me, is that they do get what they need. Does that make sense? All right, let's move on. So I want to talk about setting goals. within your business. So this isn't like, oh, if I feel like painting today, I'll pull out my canvas and my easel and my paints and I'll paint. This is a job. And that's what I mentioned in the previous slide, right? So it's only going to make you money if you show up. If you're an artist, like that painting example, right? And you're like, I'm just going to paint when I feel like it. Or writing, as a writer, I can relate to this a lot. If I just wrote when I felt like it and I never gave myself deadlines or timelines or goals for when I wanted my book to be published and edited and graphic designed and actually available on Amazon, then it's not going to make me money, at least not for like a year or 2 or 3. So instead, we have to set goals to help you stay accountable. So here are some things to set goals around. What do you want from this business? What do you want from this? Do you want it to, for example, be seamlessly integrated into your coaching business and be a product that, 1, you stand behind and believe in, and 2, that you can easily recommend to your current clients? That's what I want out of my oils business, if you couldn't tell. How much money do you want to make? What is your goal? Well, you might start with, I want my product to be paid for every month, the ones that I'm ordering for myself, my personal use, plus an additional $500 a monthly income. That sounds good to me. That sounds like it would be supportive of my overall business. But that might be just a starting point. You might set that goal, and that goal is going to change as you achieve it, right? So how much money do you want to make in a year or 2? It might be, I want to start making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month in this business. I want it to replace my full-time salary. I want it to be as much money as I bring in from my coaching business. I want it to be equal. That could be your goal as well. Third, how many people do you want to help? How many people, so selling a product is not just, oh, I want to make money selling this product. If that's your only intention, I think people are going to see through that if you're just out to earn money. So usually there's a product, it's a solution to something, right? It's a solution to some pain point or some struggle. And you're helping people by educating them and delivering this product to them. So how many people do you want to help with this product? For example, by the end of year 1, I want to have supported 100 people with this product. So my goal is that I want to touch 10 women's lives every single month. 10 women. That's going to feel fulfilling to me. I'm going to feel like I'm not just making money to make money, but that I'm making money and helping people. And as an empath, that's very important to many of us. Lastly, what energy would you like it to have? Get clear on this. If you're not clear, then it's like, well, universe is just going to deliver you whatever energy you're in alignment with or you're a vibrational match for. And if you're not a vibrational match for the energy you want, then it might not feel so good. But what energy would you like this business to have, this income generation? I want my team, my oils business to have this energy of sisterhood, of authentic connection. This morning I had a call with 2 of my team members, and we just like laughed and giggled and like had a jolly good old time on the phone. It was funny. Like we were just joking around, laughing. There was community. And I also want my team to feel like there's real value, all my team members to feel like there's real value and support in this place. If you need support, whether it's in your personal life or related to the business, you can come to this community. You can come here and we will support you. We will give you feedback. We will give you love. We will give you comfort. We will donate to your GoFundMe. Whatever it is, we are here for you. And we have each other's back. That's the energy that I want to have in my business. All right. So, we are going to take a little shift in directions to a mindset shift. Where is your head at? Okay? Where is your head at? I want you guys to go through this exercise. I want you to figure out where your intention is. So get clear on your ideal customer and your ideal builder. I don't know what these little white dots are. Disregard those. So get clear on your ideal customer and your ideal builder. These are often different types of people, or one, the customer evolves into the builder or the business partner. That can happen. But oftentimes, so for me, like the customer is the woman who just like really wants to clean out her medicine cabinet and like get rid of like all the synthetically fragranced candles in her life, and she wants to be able to lean in on holistic remedies versus over-the-counter medications, and she wants something for emotional support and releasing limiting beliefs that is easy. My builder is a woman who has a wellness business. She likes all the things that I just mentioned, and she also wants that, but she also has a business that she sees is an easy outlet to also incorporate oils into. And then I would go into that further, and I'd say she's driven, she's ambitious, she is a self-starter, she asks questions. What are the things that are about her? So write all that out. And then what are the potential fears that they might have? When you know what their fears are, you can speak to them and you can dispel their fears. You can show them that their fears are valid. Sure, it's okay to have fear, but they don't need to hold on to that fear because this really is not that scary. Next, what are their challenges or their pain points? So I already said some of that when I described my ideal customer. So for example, her pain point is that she doesn't know where to start as far as releasing toxins from her home. My ideal business partner, her pain point is she wants to be able to give recommendations for products and not just give like verbal advice to people in her coaching. She wants to also have something that somebody can like buy and use as homework after their calls. What do they desire? What do your ideal customer and business partner desire? My ideal customer desires a toxic-free life. My ideal customer desires emotional balance and a deep emotional intelligence and knowing within herself. My ideal business partner desires supplemental income, and she desires community in what could be considered an isolating career. How high of a priority is that they find a solution? How badly do they want this? Is their desire and their pain point strong enough that they're actually going to do something about it? So I always say that my person's at like an 8, 9, especially a 10, they're like looking for the solution, because that means they're going to be driven to find it. And then they're going to not dilly-dally over whether it's right or like, well, that's not the right word. They're not going to dilly-dally over maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. They're just going to listen to their gut and they're going to jump if it's for them. And if it's not, that's okay too. Again, awesome if they do, awesome if they don't. And then what does it feel like for you to serve this person? Does it feel like so much hard work and like they're constantly reaching out for the tiniest little things for you to help them and you got to be on call all the time to support this person? Or when you serve her, does it feel like you're stepping into your purpose and it's easy, effortless, and it fills you up? It makes you feel like you're being of service to the world. Okay? So here's an example that I wrote out for you guys of my ideal customer. And I wrote a little hint on here as well, which is that this person is going to look a lot like your ideal client for the services that you provide in your wellness business. Because why would it be different? This is supposed to be easy and seamless. It's not going to be different. This person's going to look very, very similar, if not identical to the person that you wrote in your ideal client exercise. So here's my example. She's afraid of missing out on life because of chronic illness. That's her fear. Okay. Her symptoms are present from the time she wakes up in the morning to the time she goes to sleep at night. That's her pain point. Her thyroid is a mess, also a pain point, her challenge. She just wants to feel alive again, like she can play with her kids without crashing and fit into her favorite clothes. That's her desire. She'll do anything to help balance her thyroid and feel energized. This is her drive. When I support her, she's so open to trying new things, and it feels like I'm hanging out with a friend. That's how it feels like when I support her. So I answered all these questions above in that one paragraph. Okay, and if I were the coach for women with thyroid disease, it would probably look a lot like this. Okay, I'm going to pause and just make sure, again, everyone is following. All right, that mindset shift I was talking about. Are you saying in your head, I think I can do this. I hope I can create this. I hope I can do what Sarah did. Or are you saying, I know I can do this. Or at least I have the tools to do this. I have the tools to create this. Because there's no strategy in hoping for success. There's no strategy in hoping for success. So we need to shift the mindset to, I have everything I need to do this. Sarah's going to support me, or wherever you are in the world, your mentor is going to support you. You are fully capable of this, versus questioning yourself and going, oh, well, hopefully this works out. There's no strategy in that. There's no energetic strategy or literal strategy, tangible strategy. So to really be aware of the mindset that we have around this as well. So what are you really selling in this business? What are you really selling? It's not just an oil. Yes, that's what shows up at their doorstep, but no, that's not what you're really selling. You're selling a solution to a problem. That might be health, freedom, abundance, hope, empowerment. I want you to answer this question quite literally in your own notebook. What are you really selling? Whether you're already with doTERRA or another essential oils company, or you sell shakes, or you sell green juice, or you sell makeup, or you sell, I don't know what else. What are you actually selling? What is the solution that you're selling to their problem? What is the feeling that they're going to receive through purchasing this product? People are also buying from you because they know, like, and trust you. So when they sell, and what you are selling is your own vibe, your own energy, your own support, your own energetic bubble or little spaceship that they get to hop onto and into and go for a ride on your freaking airplane, because they want to be in your energy. So when I sell an essential oil, yeah, they get a little bottle of an amber bottle in the mail, usually quite a few amber bottles in the mail. But what I'm really selling is access to me, an invitation into my community, all the resources that I've created, and the opportunity to create abundance in their life, the opportunity to release emotional baggage, the opportunity to live without toxins in their home. Okay? All right, let me check on my notes here. All right, we're good. We're going well. We're almost done. A couple more slides. So I want to talk to you about a few creative ways to integrate essential oils into your wellness business. Seamless. This is what we've been waiting for, right? All of the things we talked about, though, absolutely play into this as well. So I like to get creative. There are such things as class in a box. You just order online. They send you the handouts you need to give to all of your people in class. You host a class in the living room of your house, and you might do a make and take, which means that they create something like a scrub or a face mask or a little roller blend, and they get to take that home with them to try the oils. You might get oil high together and just pass a bunch around and smell them. So there's a lot of classes that are already created for you. If your fear is, I don't know how to teach a class, or I don't know what to say, that's not a real excuse, because there's so many resources that are already created for you. Now, I personally, I'm somebody who likes to go against the grain in most areas of my life. And so I don't teach any of those types of classes because I like it to be very unique to me. Also because I feel like people are signing up to learn about oils from me because it's me, not because like it's Sally down the street, because I'm Sarah and they want to learn from me and my unique expertise within the oils. So, and by the way, that expertise was not there when I first signed up. I've learned a lot and I've been to a lot of trainings and read a lot of books to get to this point, and you can too. So here's some things that I've done in the past. So I create mini courses on my zone of genius or multiple zones of genius. So for example, I did host a course that was a 5-day course on tapping with essential oils. So we took essential oils, we applied them to the body, we inhaled them as we went through tapping scripts that I had written for this group. And so there was 5 different experiences, recordings that are now available in my online library called the Oil Sanctuary that everyone gets access to when they join my team. But originally, I hosted it as a little mini course that was free for my current customers. And I think I charged like $50 for anyone who was outside of my community who wanted to join. So if someone, say, was on another doTERRA team, really wanted to learn this, but they already were on a team, so they couldn't be on my team, I still gave them access. They just had to pay their way in versus being able to access this for free. I could have also done this as a free 1-hour course instead of a 5-day course. And I wouldn't have called it a course. I would have called it like a training, a free 1-hour training to open to everybody for free, where I just kind of give them a taste of what this looks like. Maybe we go through a mini experience, and then I might sell the opportunity at the end. So what is your zone of genius? I'm also putting together right now, I really love astrology and human design and the moon cycles. And so I'm putting together an oils and astrology course right now. And that'll be, again, free for my customers and a paid experience for anyone outside of my team. So I can make money. I can also support my team. And when they take the course, they're also going to want to have the oils that we use in the course. They might not have all of them already. So it might also inspire them to put in additional orders to be able to have the ones that we're going to use during that 5 days or however long I decide to make it. So you can create little mini courses within your zone of genius. And this is very similar. Host classes within your niche. Niche and zone of genius are typically overlapping. This is a course that I hosted not too long ago that was really powerful. And it was just called Essential Oils and Emotional Healing. And it was free to everyone. And I just opened it up, like I mentioned before, to anyone who wanted to join and learn about how to use these oils in very specific ways for emotional healing, like cutting cords and attachments from the energy body, and how to create boundaries and protection, and I think I talked about releasing limiting beliefs as well. And so this was an opportunity to pique people's interest within my zone of genius, within my niche of my wellness business. So I wasn't going, because this is what I coach on. So my healing clients, we dive deep into the emotional. I wasn't going to host a course on how to use oils for cleaning your house when that's not my niche. And my ideal client might be interested in that, so I wouldn't totally rule that out. But something, let's say, I would totally rule out is how to use oils for a better sex life. And who knows, maybe I'll evolve into that someday, but I don't really talk about that. I talk about relationships, but I don't talk about sex life in my niche and my content. So I'm not going to host a class on that. I'm going to host a class on the niche that my wellness clients, my one-on-one and group coaching clients are already interested in. So I'm already speaking within that zone of genius or that niche. Okay. I also love, with doTERRA specifically, you can create custom kits. It's very simple. If you're already on my team, or if you join my team, I will show you how to do this. I'm not going to do that right now. I think that would probably be not the best use of our time. But you can create custom kits that are tailored to your audience. For example, if you are a chakra coach, you could create, doTERRA doesn't have a chakra set of oils, but you could create a kit that is for one oil for each chakra, and then plus, let's say, a diffuser and maybe fractionated coconut oil. And you could create your custom kit that is customized for your audience. I have custom kits on my website if you want to go look, autoimmunetribe.com/oils. And a few of them, for example, are raising your vibration. So there's a kit that has oils that help support the raising of your energy, of your vibration, of your frequency. There's another one on emotional healing. There's another one on releasing tension. So these are very specific to, when I created them, at least they were mostly for people with chronic illness and specific kind of categories. So I was thinking of like the woman with rheumatoid arthritis and MS, really getting a lot of benefit out of the releasing tension kit. And the woman who is an empath and feels like she needs to protect her energy, getting a lot of benefit out of the raising your vibration kit. So you can customize these to your ideal clients so that it's especially appealing and attractive for them. So I want to hear from you guys. Are there any other ways that you would love to get creative and integrate this into your business? Let me just look at my notes. I had a couple other examples for you. So mini courses, I mentioned I've done a tapping mini course. You could do a mini course on thyroid health and oils if that was your niche. I'm doing one on astrology. I've also done one on goddesses and crystals. I've paired crystals with oils and oils with affirmations because that's very attractive to my ideal client. When you think about connecting with people locally, you could also do in-person classes, but think of it more of like a class that's going to attract in your ideal client for coaching as well. So you're basically like inviting over, or at the juice bar or the yoga studio or the chiropractor's office, a group of people who are also your ideal clients. And that could be by hosting a moon ceremony, or for hosting a class on oils for anxiety, or oils and emotional well-being, or oils and hormone balancing, or oils and autoimmune. And you're going to build your coaching business through this class on oils. I also saw this really fun idea the other day that I think would go over really well, which is taking some sort of like backpack or like a carrier of some kind and putting in that backpack or that carrier one of the kits that you sell. And so you're like, okay, Lucy, my friend Lucy, here's the backpack. You get it for a week. You can use as much of the oils and the product that's inside that backpack as you want. And I'll check back in with you after a week to get the backpack back, and then you'll pass it on to like the next person. But you're also going to check in with her at the end of the week and, ask her, like, she might have fallen in love with that product after being able to use it for a week for free, that she's like, well, give me my own. And I would also include in it, not just like a, hodgepodge of like oils scattered at the bottom of a bag, but like, organize them. This oil, and get education. Here's peppermint. Here are 3 ways that you can use peppermint this week. Way number 1, apply it directly to your abdomen whenever you have any digestive discomfort, especially when you have bloating, because it is a freaking miracle. It makes your bloat go away like that. So I would tell them how to use the oils, get them, it doesn't have to be a week. It could be like 2 days. Hey, here's 2 days. You get the backpack, use as much product as you want. I'll come back and get it from you, or you'll drop it off when we pick up the kids from school. And if you love them, then I'll give you wholesale prices to order them. And if you didn't love them, then that's totally fine. Again, awesome if they do, awesome if they don't. You can also send samples to people who you work with. So say I do have one-on-one clients. And let's say I have a one-on-one client who is struggling with like getting into a good vibration and mood before she gets on the call with clients. Well, I would send her a sample of Elevation, have her try that out before she gets on her next client call. And if she loves it, she's going to want to buy it. Does that make sense? You can also offer oils as an incentive to people who sign up for your programs or for your one-on-one coaching. So say they invest in your coaching, and you just build into the price of your coaching a free essential oil. So someone signs up for $500 a month, and when they sign up, it also includes a free oil of their choice out of these 3 different oils or something like that. I hosted a program one time that included the price of a whole kit. It was called Awaken Your Inner Healer. It was a 6-week program. It was priced at around $650, I believe, and it included $150 worth of oils. So the only way to get into the program was to also purchase the kit, because we used the oils every week. So I think there was 6 oils in each of their kits. And week 1, we used one of the oils. Week 2 of the program, we used another of the oils. Week 3, we used another of the oils. So we used them, and I incorporated them into the content that I was teaching as a coach, but also as somebody who is a wellness advocate, is what we're called, who educates on essential oils. You can also do giveaways to your community with oils. So this is an opportunity for you to just get people excited, to pick a winner that you think would be a really great client, give her oils for free, and then check back in with her. The follow-up is so important. Continuously follow up and just check in, especially when you're giving samples. If you just give samples and never check back in with them, they're gonna be like, cool, great, thanks for the free stuff, see ya. Versus if you're like, oh my gosh, how's it working for you? Have you been able to use it? Do you have any questions? Let me know what questions you have. That's a much better way to word that. Let me know what questions you have versus let me know, do you have any questions? Because it insinuates that it's okay for them to have questions and that it doesn't have to all make sense for them right away. You could also include an oil recommendation after every call you have. So I did this with my healing sessions that I was offering. They used to be an hour, now they're just 45 minutes. They're a little different these days. But in the past, I would do a combination of crystal healing, Reiki healing, and we would go through the chakras and find any of the imbalances, as well as, or it was like a big hodgepodge of all the things that I do. We would pull oracle cards. It was a full hour. It was like very restorative and very healing. And at the end, I took a picture of the cards I pulled for them. I sent them a little follow-up email with affirmations, and then one crystal recommendation and one essential oil recommendation. And then I gave them the link to purchase that essential oil specific to whatever came up in their energy reading that day. So I recommended the oil in the follow-up. Awesome if they do, awesome if they don't. They didn't have to purchase it. It was not required part of my program, but it was certainly strongly suggested that they do utilize that oil to help with the follow-up of the healing that we did that day. Okay? These are lots of ideas. I hope you take some of them and put them into action. This is a free game for you guys to utilize in your business. Don't feel like you have to do something completely different than what I suggested today. I suggested these ideas as ideas for you to take and for you to implement on your own. Okay, these are just a few main takeaways that I want to leave you with. Consistency compounds. Consistency compounds, meaning this is not fast cash or overnight success. It's continuously showing up, continuously recommending oils to your clients, continuously having one class online or in person per month or every other month. It doesn't have to be any certain way. It's your own pace that you create. But as long as you're consistent in that creation, it does start to build. It does start to compound over time. And it's worth it because your purpose is bigger than your fear. Your fear of being salesy, your fear of what will people think, your fear of, am I going to fail? Will this be successful? Your purpose is bigger than all of that. You serving the world, stepping into your light as a light worker, as someone who spreads and shares solutions to people's pain is much bigger than the fear that's lingering maybe in your belly right now. So I want you to remember that when you hear that fear voice. It is worth it to have this consistency. It is worth it to serve the world. It is worth it to stand behind the things that you're passionate in, and that all outweighs your fear. Okay, we are going to wrap up. But if you have any questions, please either email me, Sarah with an H at autoimmunetribe.com. Feel free to message me on Facebook if that's easier for you or just easier to remember. And if you have any questions about my team specifically, $1,000 of bonuses that I give to every person who joins my team, go to this link on the slide, which is autoimmunetribe.com/oils. You're going to see resources, free resources right away. You're going to see all the additional free resources that you get when you sign up as a bonus. You're going to see the custom kits that I have created. If nothing else, just look at those kits for inspiration. And if you do choose to sign up, you'll get an email from my support team that will hook you up with your one-on-one call with me, and then we'll move forward based on what your goal is. What do you want to create with this? What kind of business do you want to have? How seamless do you want it to be within your wellness business? And I would love, love, love to mentor and support you. Again, that is one of the things that lights me up most in this world. So if I had the honor to do that with you, it would fill my heart. I hope this has been super helpful for you guys, whether you're thinking about this just in the beginning or knee deep in your network marketing business and has reinvigorated or inspired some new ideas to do this in a way that is so soulful that people can't resist, that they of course want to sign up with you, that they of course want to work with you, maybe as a coach and the product that you deliver. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you soon.